Fight fans, I'll give it a couple seconds before I get this one going. Just got done. Just jumped out the sauna. I usually do the sauna maybe 5 times a week after either a heavy weightlifting session or in this case, I'm gonna run a 10K. So I'll do the sauna and then I'll stretch for like 30 minutes and then I'll go run. But earlier this morning, my time, Sydney, I uploaded a video basically breaking down the stats of the light heavyweight world title fight coming up in October between Bivol and Better Beef, and posting on our Facebook group and on Instagram and YouTube, reading some of the comments, not just about the Better Beef and Bivol fight, but I did a post a couple days ago about Triple G, and hearing some of the narratives, and this is the topic of this chat, bit of a, I don't want to, it's not a rant yet, it's a bit of a vent. I'm asking you guys for your opinion here. So I was thinking to myself, when I'm out with my friends, family, loved ones, when you guys are in your normal life and we're inquisitive and we ask questions about something we might not know. Last night I'm hanging out with my buddy and he's talking about the most tiresome topic. He's talking about Australian politics. And he was asking me if I knew about the legislation, the 3 forms of government. And I go, no, tell me about it. You know, I asked the question. I said something along the lines of, if this is a talking point that you're regurgitating to impress me, I'm going to call you on it. So teach me about the 3 forms of government. You know, I was being serious, but I was also kind of being a dick. And it was an inquisitive question. That is connected to comments today in the boxing group about said fighters when people say, who have they fought? When they use those words as an argument or a case against somebody's legacy, a case against a boxer's resume, they'll simply try to say, yeah, but who has he fought? Now, that's a question. Just like last night with me and my buddy, I asked the question. I didn't know the 3 forms of government. I wasn't using it as a hit against Australian politics. When boxing fans say, who has he fought? That is the most, how I compute that, that's the easiest way for me to know that person who said, if somebody's going to trash Triple G, or if they're going to trash Canelo, if they're going to trash any fighter, Terrence Crawford, and they simply say, yeah, but who has he fought? Unless you're a professional fighter, the only way those words will ever make sense to me is if I'm a pro boxer, one of those fighters, and I'm trying to get a fight, and I keep getting overpicked or looked over, and I would then say, all right, but who has he fought? Why won't he fight me? You know, he's fought this person, I beat that guy. He's fought this person, I beat that guy. Who else has he fought? That is the only situation and scenario where that narrative would work. When we're in our boxing groups and boxing forums and commenting on professional athletes and pro fighters, and you just comment the simple phrase, who has he fought? What you're doing is telling me you either don't know boxing because you're too lazy to look up on the internet and literally analytically see who it is they fought. And I know that's not what you're saying, but that's one reason you would say it. Oh, I literally don't know who they fought. I don't know boxing. I'm commenting on this sport that I know nothing about, and I'm asking for help by the person to tell me who they fought. That's one reason. Or you're using it, which I know you're using it for, to try to demean the fighter as the talking point. Now, but you're not a fighter. So you saying and asking that question as a narrative or defense mechanism to talk shit about a fighter, that is the weakest, most flimsy boxing narrative in fandom right now, in my opinion. There's a lot of them out there. I mean, think the most controversial fighters are usually the most famous fighters, and whenever the big fights get signed, that's usually a narrative that people will run with if they don't like that fighter. Yeah, he's undefeated, but who has he fought? You know, Better Beefs, 20-0, 20 knockouts, but who has he fought? You know who he's fought? He's fought everybody they put in front of him. That's who he's fought. Who hasn't he fought that you want him to fight? That's kind of the question you'd have to ask then. And if you're 20-0 with 20 knockouts, every person that they've put in front of you, you've beaten and knocked out. So now when you say, who has he fought? Now you must be telling me that you don't know boxing, because you can't, just because you don't know his opponents doesn't mean he hasn't fought anybody. Maybe you guys aren't perturbed by this, but over and over, you know, maybe it's because I read comments in one of our Facebook groups. I have over 100,000 people in there. The other Facebook group, I have 25,000 people. On YouTube, close to 18,000. And so I read comments, and you guys teach me a lot. And this is how I learn a lot of, you know, basically stuff that maybe I don't know, and I find ideas for content, like I'm doing this right now. And it's like, who has he fought is a narrative. Justin Bieber, hello. I'm like 42 years old, man. I'll take it though. But if you're talking about today in our video with Artur Beterbiev, who has he fought? Or you're talking about Bivol, who's 23-0, who has he fought? Then tell me you don't know boxing. Don't tell me that saying that his resume is weak, because all a fighter could do, all a fighter could do is fight who they put in front of him. I sometimes don't know how to deal with you guys. I saw you earlier in another chat. What's up, Team Canelo? Oh my God, you look 20. Yeah, thanks, I appreciate it. Who's your favorite fighters, guys? Team Canelo? I like Canelo. I did a post about Canelo earlier. It's weird whenever people are great at anything they do. Can you lower your flicking voice? Who you have winning, Bivol or Beterbiev? Great question. I think Bivol. I'm doing a prediction video probably in a few weeks, but based on where they are in their career, we got it. You know, Beterbiev is 39. He's turning 40. He's coming off a knee surgery. Beterbiev hasn't fought since January, when he knocked out, was it Liam? One of the Smiths. And Bivol's coming off the knockout victory against Malik Zanad. Bivol's 33. It's a classic boxer versus puncher matchup. So when you have a guy who has all the boxing skills like Bivol, circling away from the power side, setting his jab up, volume, his cardio's through the roof, fighting a guy like Beterbiev, and we know what he wants to do, use his power to knock you out. In terms of game planning, it's easier to game plan just against the puncher because you know he's an orthodox fighter. You know his power side's his right hand. So it's easier said than done. But Bivol just knows he has to circle away from Beterbiev's power side and not stay in the pocket too long during the exchanges. Move his head and force Beterbiev to back up, because as a power puncher, it's hard to sit on your shots when you're moving backwards. And I think this is what Bivol does great. His movement's exceptional. His fight IQ is exceptional. And he always puts his opponents in the places where he wants to be. We rarely ever see Bivol in situations to where he's vulnerable. He's been rocked a couple times, but you've never seen him uncomfortable. You've never seen his opponent dictate the pace or dictate a game plan. And I think based on that, based on Bivol's ability to put the fight where he wants to put it, I think he's going to beat Beterbiev. I don't think he'll knock him out, but I think he'll win a decision. My prediction: you're going to do a prediction in a few weeks. Yeah, but this is alive. This will disappear soon, Jason O'Brien. I don't know how to reply. YouTube, by the way, Mike or Jake definitely knows his stuff. His boxing t-shirt on. Yeah. Jason, I like your sarcasm here. It's good. Mike or Jake, Meg Griffin. I'm not happy about that fight. But I got to roll now. I got to go. I'm going to run. If you guys are boxing fans, subscribe. Peace. Stay up.